Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Bram Sportes. Thank you so much for everybody who watched the first episode, the premiere of this podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure again to like this video and subscribe to this channel to know when a new episode is uploaded of Bram Sportes. So, welcome, and let's get started. And let's start with Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. First game at Indiana in this series, and here the Pacers took care of business at home, 116-107 the final score. With this, Indiana leads the series 2-1. Oklahoma City led most of this game. However, the Pacers, a strong fourth quarter for them, outscoring OKC 32-18. And a player who came up big in this game, Tyrese Halliburton, of course, with 22 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. However, the leading scorer of this game was Benedict Mathurin. He came up big with 27 points in this game. And the New Mexico State alum, Pascal Siakam, scored 21 points, had 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And for the Oklahoma City Thunder, some players who played well in this game. Jalen Williams, he came up with 26 points. Shai Alexander, 24 points for him. And Chet Holmgren, he had a double-double in this game with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Game 4, Friday night, back at Indiana. And now let's go to the NHL Stanley Cup Final, Game 4 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers, Thursday night. And here it was a good game, like Game 1 and 2, as both of those games went to overtime, as so did Game 4. Florida led this game 3-0 at the end of the first period. Then Edmonton scored 3 goals in the second period, made it a game, and in the third period, Edmonton had the lead in this game, but then Florida, with 20 seconds left, tied it all up and sent it to OT. But in overtime, Leon Draisaitl does it again. He scores his second OT winner of the series, giving the Oilers a 5-4 victory and tie the series up at 2 games apiece. Again, this is Draisaitl's second OT winner of this series, but his fourth overtime game-winning goal in the NHL postseason. So a good playoffs so far for Leon Draisaitl, not only in the Stanley Cup Final, but in the entire playoffs. And Game 5, again, the series is tied at 2 games apiece, so what a series it is. Game 5, Saturday night, it will be back at Edmonton. Some MLB that occurred on Thursday. First, you got the Texas Rangers, who defeated the Minnesota Twins 16-3. The Rangers with 6 home runs as a team. They had 3 home runs in the first 2 innings. A big factor there in that Rangers victory at Minnesota. Then you got the Mets, who defeated the Washington Nationals 4-3. Jeff McNeil with the big hit of the game, a 3-run home run. And Brandon Nimmo also had a solo home run that was a scoring for New York there for the win for the Mets, 4-3 over the Nationals. The Rockies, 8-7 winners over the Giants. They walk off San Francisco with an Orlando Arcia 2-run single in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rockies scored 3 runs in the 9th inning, including that walk-off single by Arcia. So the Rockies come up with the win there over the Giants. The Tigers defeated the Baltimore Orioles 4-1. Tariq Skubal, one of the best pitchers in the league, 7 shutout innings. He also had 6 strikeouts. And for the offense, Parker Meadows, he had a 3-run home run that was big in this game to give the Tigers the win. The Yankees 1-0 win over the Kansas City Royals. So it was a pitching duel here with New York's Will Warren and Kansas City's Seth Lugo. Both went 5-2 innings with no runs allowed. The only run for the Yankees came in the 8th inning. Again, a 1-0 win there for the Yankees over the Royals. The Milwaukee Brewers shut out the St. Louis Cardinals 6-0. He had a major league debut here by Jacob Mizorowski, 5 shutout innings with 5 strikeouts. He left in the 6th inning with an injury, but Milwaukee still had the shutout going. For the offense, they scored 5 runs in the 5th inning that helped the Brewers get the win there at home. The Chicago Cubs defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-2. A Pete Crow Armstrong 2-run home run helped in this game, as well as a Seiya Suzuki solo home run. Chicago gets the win over the Pirates 3-2. And the Astros defeated the Chicago White Sox 4-3. Framber Valdez for the Astros, 5 innings, 12 strikeouts in this game. And in the offense, Jose Altuve had a 2-run double that helped the Astros get the win there at home over the White Sox. And the Men's College World Series starts today on this Friday. Uh, Arizona and 13 seed Coastal Carolina will take the field, as well as Louisville and 8 seed Oregon State. They're both in the same side of the bracket, so the winners of those games will face off in the 1-0 game on Saturday. The losers will play an elimination game on Saturday. And on the other side of the bracket, it will be Murray State taking on 15 seed UCLA and 6 seed LSU, where Centennial High School alum Stephen Milam is playing. They will take on 3 seed Arkansas. That's the other half of the bracket of the Men's College World Series that starts on Friday. And we'll see what happens there at Omaha. Let's go now to some soccer. The CONCACAF Gold Cup kicks off this weekend. Mexico taking the field against Dominican Republic on Saturday night. The United States will start this tournament on Sunday against Trinidad and Tobago, and we'll have the scores and stats of those matches on Monday. And also in soccer, the FIFA Club World Cup also gets underway this weekend. Al Ali taking on Inter Miami on Saturday, then 4 matches on Sunday. And again, we'll have those scores and stats for you on Monday. And let's go now to the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships, as we had 2 UTEP minors in action in this tournament. You had Marissa Simpson, who finished 4th in semifinal number 3 of the 100-meter hurdles. She finished with 12.97 in seconds. She finished 4th, just a little bit short of qualifying to the final, as Ohio State's Janila Simpson finished with 12.95, so that she edges out the UTEP minor in the 100-meter hurdles. And also for representing the UTEP minors, Lubna Benhaja was also in action. She finished 6th in the semifinal number 1 of the 400-meter hurdles. She finished with a 5:58.41 seconds. So the UTEP minors there in the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Unfortunately, the run is over, but a great performance there by the UTEP minors in the NCAA Track and Field Championships. And now let's go to more local updates here for the El Paso Chihuahuas. They are in action there at Round Rock Express. They won the first game of this 6-game series. However, they've lost the last 2. On Thursday night, the Chihuahuas lost 12-3 in this game. They are 34-32 on the season. Again, Round Rock leads the series 2-1, but 3 games are left, and we hope the El Paso Chihuahuas can get those W's. And for the El Paso Locomotive FC, they will be in action at Southwest University Park, taking on Orange County SC at 7 p.m. The El Paso Locomotive FC sit in 4th place of the USL Western Conference standings with 20 points, only a couple of points back of New Mexico United, who leads the table with 22 points. And I hope the El Paso Locomotive FC can come up with a W at home and keep pace in the USL Western Conference standings. And this concludes episode 2 of Bram Sports. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brandon Ramos, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel so you can know when a new episode is uploaded and be informed of the scores and stats from games from around the world and the El Paso teams in the borderland. Once again, my name is Brandon Ramos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.